Hello and welcome. Welcome to CPR's Clubhouse Crew Live. My name is CPR Jose Ortiz, and I'm being joined by the CPR's Clubhouse Crew. We have the Duchess, Cheryl Rodriguez. And of course, we have the vinyl assassin, DJ Cliff Potts. How is my crew?
Missed you guys so
Good.
much.
It's been a while.
Yep.
Yes, I needed to do this. I need to do a check-in with the crew because of the fact that we haven't spoken publicly in a while. I know that we've been busy, overtime, college, double the work and less pay for DJ Cliff Potts.
So
But
true.
it's been an exciting year so far for Freestyle. We did take a week off after the Peter Fontaine. I wanted everybody to catch up with the Peter Fontaine episode, the Lorenzo Delon episode, the Gennaro episode. A lot of emotional, shows that we've put together for the beginning of the year, and I wanted people to catch up with those because these men that came into the show, they poured their heart out and they just let it all out on the table. And if you haven't seen the interviews with Gennaro, where he discusses his song, and the interviews with Lorenzo Delon and Peter Fontaine, listening to Lorenzo discuss the late great Freddie the Eddie Rivera, and also listening to Peter Fontaine discuss his latest issues with Just Like the Wind. They're just great podcasts and live shows that we do here on the YouTube channel, and also have an audio version on Spotify and on iHeart. So if you haven't caught it, you can always go back. Also, I really much enjoyed having everyone that is important in iRadio come on together and discuss it. DJ Danny G. We have Cliff Potts on that episode. And of course, we have the Puerto Rican gangster. Okay, I'll say it. If Angel Mena sees this, I apologize. Puerto Rican gangster. He was on here as well. But it was great. I'm not sure if you guys caught those episodes, but for those of you who haven't, it's on the channel and it's also available in audio form for on the go. So, anything interesting catch your ear in the last 3 months of the new year?
Other that Peter owes you $5.
I'm talking about new music. I'm not talking about Peter's $5, which he's owed me for 20 years.
You don't look like you're getting that anytime soon.
I don't think so either.
If I may, I'll say that this "Don't Talk to Me," I am obsessed with this song. And you know what? If I'm being completely honest, when I think you sent it to me the first time. I can't remember when I first heard it. I wasn't like I was like, oh, nice. I wasn't crazy yet about it, but the more I listened to it, and then when I saw the live that you did with him, it was like, it just like caught my heart, and then I just kept listening and now I'm like obsessed with it. I probably right now my favorite song to listen to. Currently.
Yeah, it's all about promotion and it's all about explanation. Mm-hmm. I think that the breakdown was what made the song a viable, great addition to my library. And just like you, when I first received it, I kind of dismissed it. And then when I heard the D mic versions and I heard some of the ad libs and some of the added vocals added to it or lines in the song, and I started deciphering it. Yep. And of course, Nick Colon, the guy who got me to really listen to it, because he inboxed me and you said, hey, you check this out. I should have him as my manager. Yeah, Nick Colon management. Maybe I'll get some free food out of it because he's a great cook too.
But cooking up a storm.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to just visit him for the food.
Yeah.
but I digress. The fact that Gennaro was brave enough to come on here and decipher his own song, I thought was brave, and also to express the way that he felt in regards to his story when it comes to the group Pain. And right. I think it's brilliant how he put it all in words.
Yep.
and it says, "Don't talk to me about pain," which could be taken in two different ways.
Sure,
So
sure. He's very articulate.
yeah, very articulate. And I quote some of the lines to you when I inbox you as well. So it's something that's going to stick around for a while. Currently, this week is the #2 song in all the freestyle. Cliff, have you had the opportunity to decipher Gennaro's "Don't Talk to Me"?
No, I just listened to it. I haven't listened to anything more than probably twice.
Yeah, it sucks that the beginning of the year, because things are opening up now, that the workload has tripled for all of us.
Right.
And for Cliff Potts, even though your work has tripled, you have not digressed, or you have not stopped from sending me your 40 minutes, even though I did approve your time off unpaid, of course. You still haven't you still have the itch. You do your 40 minutes, you go back to work. And I think that's brilliant. And I want to thank you and appreciate you for that. Duchess, you've been going to different schools with your daughter, and I'll let you talk about that briefly. But you also have been on time with all the shows, and I truly appreciate that as well. So what's going on with your daughter? Did she choose a school?
So she hasn't chosen it yet, and even if she did, I'm not allowed to say until she makes her official announcement. But she was accepted into quite a few, all of which she applied to. Everything she applied to, she got accepted to. So I'm so proud of her. We went Pace University. We were in New York yesterday, and busy day, man. And then she also got accepted to a couple out here in Connecticut, Southern, Central, all wonderful schools.
Nice.
So yeah.
But how far does she want to be away from you guys?
She's the mommy's girl. She don't want to go very far. Mommy don't want her to go very far. But New York's the second home to us. It's where we originated, sort of, we'd like to say. So if she's there, I feel better than if she ended up in like Boston.
Yeah, and you can also catch the Duchess, Cheryl Rodriguez, on iHeartRadio on Party 1019. We are the CPR's Clubhouse crew, and it is a New York station located on 42nd Street. You can also listen to 30-minute of mixes by DJ Cliff Potts, and of course CPR's Freestyle Countdown. And we'll discuss all our shows soon. But Cliff, have you taken some time to listen to new music from the last 3 months?
Yeah. Some that are on your countdown I really like. I mean, Gennaro I like, Eric Christian. You know what? I haven't seen it yet, and I've gotten it. I've actually put it on one of my mixes, and I think I don't know. It sounded like D Mike produced it. Javi did some edits on it. It's this "Love Me Today" by Romero. I actually I'm starting to dig it, but I think compared to last year, I think some of the newer release music this early has been really good.
Yeah, Romero is available right now at timspinning.com, the Tim Spinning Shomer website. It is on Heartthrob Records, which is a label by Tim Spinning Shomer with collaborations with D Mike and a few other producers. But the first release was Romero, which is one of the members from the group Legacy, and it was very Chicago of a beat. You know what I mean? It's that a production, that a vocals comes from Chicago because they have their distinctive sound. But it's a great welcoming song to our community and to freestyle. And good luck to our very own Tim Spinning Shomer, who comes on here 2 or 3 times a year to discuss freestyle. And I can't wait to support his new song.
Yeah.
For me, I've listened to a lot of new freestyle. I can tell you what the worst song that I've heard in a long time is in a minute, but well, it's like it's so cheesy. It was like, were they going for the Adam Morano Award or something? Like, So and the cheesiness of it is in the writing, and it was supposed to be a song that rivaled Dream Boy, Dream Girl. And after I listened to it, I'm so glad that I don't have to spin it. I'm not obligated. But of course, I'm talking about the Giggles and Charlie Rock, "Lucky Girl, Lucky Boy." Sounds like something that will come out of some cheesy Viper 7 All Stars type of production, and I'm not for it, and it has nothing to do with Figgles, fake giggles. It has nothing to do with Charlie Rock. It has anything to do with anything other than the fact that it's a bad song. If it would have been a great song, I would have absolutely played it. But that's my rant for a moment. And look, if you're offended by what I'm saying right now, this is me for all these years. I can tell you what's good and what's not. And I'm not the only person that feels that way. All my former co-hosts from Clubhouse Dance Music, DJ Alex Rivera, I'm going to drop his name here. He inboxed me. He got into a little bit of trouble online when he expressed his opinion because it was, very 1990 something, and we're in 2022, so he felt that it wasn't that good as well. And everybody that was on my timeline, they put in their feedback on it, and it was negative, But for me, I'm glad that I don't have to play it. That's just me. And I'm glad that Cliff Pods, I'm not worried about him putting it in a mix.
I'm with you. I'm not going to say anything bad except it's not my cup of tea. And Dream Boy, Dream Girl was a hit back then. I never liked the song. I never played the song. It wasn't I don't know. Right. I don't call it a true freestyle song, right?
You can't. I agree with you. And I don't mean to talk over you, but the issue here is that when you put something to that level, right? Even though Dream Boy, Dream Girl is not the most sophisticated song, right? But it was a bona fide freestyle hit. Yep. Underground is probably Mick Mac's biggest song of all time.
Absolutely.
But when you say, that we're going to top the biggest Mick Mac song of all time, I know that Charlie Rock wrote it. I know the history of freestyle, right, but it should have been to that level. And it wasn't. It wasn't even near Tell Me Boy, Tell Me Girl, or, Boyfriend, Girlfriend by Collage. It wasn't to any of that level. It was just lower tier, cheesy, wheezy freestyle stuff. And it just wasn't for me.
That's where
people. I know that the Duchess is going to play it 27 times every week.
But to reiterate what you're saying, man, I think that the reason people don't like it and are giving the response they are, such as yourself, maybe Alex and others, is because of the disappointment. Because if you're going to touch something like that, man, you got to make it, you got to make it so good. And then even then, I mean, the only comparison I can think of is Marilyn Torres when she did the In Exchange for What. Right. I mean, that bar was so up here. Anything else she came out with at that point, no matter how fabulous it was, probably wasn't going to touch that. And he should have known that writing the song that he wasn't really going to get that mark.
And so the word of the day is Figgles.
Figgles.
People are going to be like, what does that mean? It's just, it's not the original Giggles. There's been 5 or 6 iterations. I don't want to get into it. We're just going to move on. And I'm going to say that there are 2 songs that I've heard recently that I'm really feeling. And I think that they're well done. The first one is Milo Shawn, We Will Be.
Walking my way again, I wanna tell you that I miss you as my friend. And if we hear from all the hurt our past was built on, we will be.
Milo Sean. We will be Milo Sean, formerly Miles Petty. You can hear some of his music on Carlos Barrios' "Don't Look Back" volumes 1 and 2. I liked it. I thought it was very 80s. In a 22 type of feel. I like the words. I like the way Miles sounds. I like his voice. Is unique. It gives me that unique Michael Astorga. It gives me that unique sound. It doesn't sound like a typical artist. It's just different.
Yes, and I agree with you. And with that particular song, it was like number 10, right? It came in at number 10 last week, I think.
It sure did. Yes.
I have a feeling it's gonna come down because the more people are gonna hear it, they're gonna go, "Wow, I kind of get that." It does have that old feel to it a little bit, and he's cool to listen to, and he's a good vocalist. And what'd you use? The word unique? Yeah, he is a little unique because he's not your average.
So I came across a song that's from an international singer. Her name is Chiesa. I'm hoping that I'm enunciating her name correctly. Is Chiesa? It's called Passenger.
Can you spell it?
And Chiesa Passenger has the Noel beat on it, and it's just an amazing thing. To me, it brings me back to Out of Control, Sinful Wishes. How it had that feel of Information Society. This one has an 80s feel with a 2022 twist, modern, and her voice is unique as well. Go to cprsmusic.com and get links to the podcast, or look at the description and check out episodes. I believe we're at 744 episodes of the CPR's Clubhouse Freestyle podcast. So,
that's a lot.
I can't believe I've done it 744 times.
Yeah.
750's coming.
I can't either, man. Yeah, that's going to be a big one. Really.
Never done anything. I think at 1,000, I'm going to go ahead and retire.
It's quite an accomplishment, man. And it's been consistent. It's not like you ever took like a year break or something. It's like always going on with you, and it's crazy. I cannot, we're behind the scenes, me and him. We see what you have to go through.
Right.
It's not easy. So
yeah, and that's one thing I wanted to discuss during the show. The behind the scenes for everything, not only for our show and what we do, but for freestyle in general. We do a lot of things behind the scenes to promote the music. We have a lot of programming that we have to take part in, because we are on 3 different radio stations. We're at Hot 97.7 in San Jose, California, and that's every Friday morning at 9 a.m. their time, and then 12 noon our time. So that's where you catch the first spin of CPR's Freestyle Countdown. Of course, on Thursday and Fridays, we're on Clubhouse Dance Music on the flagship 90.7 FM WTCC in Springfield, Massachusetts, Western Massachusetts, and Northern Connecticut. And as I always say, 4,000 watts, 45 minutes any direction. And, we have the Duchess, Cheryl Rodriguez on there with me Thursday, 6 to 8. And on Fridays, 8 to 12 midnight, we have the Duchess, myself, and of course, our special guest DJ every week, DJ Cliff Potts. We have some Jesus the Juice Vasquez mixes on there, some DJ Porky mixes. On Sundays, we're on Party 1019. That's the CPR's Clubhouse crew, New York. All of us have, I have an hour of my countdown. You guys, take 1 hour and split it in half. The Duchess now gets to play new music or newer music. And Cliff Potts gets to, do his mixes. And Cliff Potts could actually take a year off because I have 3 years worth of nobody would even know. But one thing that I would like to say is that we do work hard for the content. It's not, we don't do anything about anything for money. We don't ask anyone for money. We fund ourselves. What we do ask is, hit the subscribe button, share it. We got artists that want to be promoted and they don't understand how the cycle goes, right? I promote you, you promote the show, they listen to you, they listen to my show, right? That's very simple. And the laziness out there is very much apparent because of what I've seen so far in 2022, how there's not a lot of songs right now hitting the mark when it comes to either promotion, when it comes to either collaborating with songs, or DJs or artists. There's a break in the communication. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but I see it all the time.
Sure.
There's a lack of communication, lack of support for each other. It's like, here's my song, make me famous.
Right.
I'll talk to you later.
Well, I think some of them don't realize the benefit of actually being a better person and going through with, you do one hand wash with the other. That's what my mother would say to me all the time. You do for you, you do for me, blah, blah, blah. And it works. You can't expect somebody to do everything for you and get nothing in return. And in the same breath, it's like these people who put so much effort into promoting you, and really some of them do quite a lot of work. And they have nothing to show for it, because who would ever know 2 months later that they were the ones that actually gave the push to get so-and-so where they are. And they're never mentioned. And, so it is kind of sad to see when I know a couple people personally that should be getting a little bit more props and consideration than they get. And I think that sadly comes with this particular genre. I can't speak for other genres, obviously, but it's something that's always kind of been the case, right?
Right.
Yeah, I had somebody, he pushed me a song. I'm not going to say the artist. I'm not going to say the person. We can say it offline. He said, "Hey, Cliff, I'm going to give you this song. He's a friend of mine. I like the song. It wasn't the greatest, but definitely wasn't the worst. I've played it in some of my mixes." He always said, "Hey, tell me where your mix is going to be on what day so I can make sure I could share it with the artist and share it." Great. And once again, we don't do this for the artist, right? But, as much as I probably put it in my mix, instead of this guy saying, "Hey, my friend," the artist says, "Hey, do you need anything? Do you need me to give you a drop? Do you need me to do something?" Because I'm not going to reach out to the artist. I did you a favor by playing your song. Come hit me up. It may be selfish of me, but, let me know that you heard it, that you appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And that's the Puerto Rican gangster. I keep saying that, but sorry. That was his point when we had our panel. You guys can go back on the CPR's Clubhouse live episodes, and you can check out the panel with the iRadio stations where they're sent the song, and the song being sent to them for the artist is enough. Now, I can agree both sides. The artist can't be at every live. They can't be at everything. But there is such a thing as a press kit. There is such a thing as you have a digital press kit. You have a drop, maybe a video, if they do a live with video, something that shows that you're supporting that station, something that also shows that they're supporting you and is a reciprocal thing. One thing that I can make an example of right now is Nelson Rego has a brand new album, Broken. It's out. How do people buy it? So I gotta go to Facebook. Okay, I'm on Facebook. Where do I go on Facebook? Go to Nelson's page. Okay, who do I stick to? And how do I pay? And how do I get it? And who do I trust with my money? That has always been a broken in communication. I went on Nelson Rego's website, and there was nothing on there about the album. But the album is out, and people are buying it on CD because it's only available in that medium. So we were here months ago. We promoted the album, but we never got the other part, the links to how you can get it. So that's broken communication right there. So I'm promoting something that people can't get because they don't know how to do it, unless they're Googling, unless they're going on social media, unless they're digging in deep to try to find it. It won't connect. And then, there are some artists out there that the same thing. They will do the same thing. They'll give you a track, and then the next week they expect you to, book them near your area and then pay them to perform. That will get upset because nothing happens, but it's because they dropped the ball on their end. They don't have a website. Come see me on Facebook. Okay. Website? No, I don't have a website. How do they get your product? Inbox me. Inbox you where? What link? Right. The phone number that you have is not working. Your email is not working. You have no social media at all. No Instagram, no TikTok, no nothing. So again, how is anyone supposed to be interested in what you're doing if they can't find you? So you have to get all that beforehand, before you come out with a song. So now, coming up soon, we're going to have George Anthony. He's going to have his new song out. Mm-hmm. Now, people are going to get upset about the fact that they're going to buy it. It's going to be very popular. And they're going to get upset about the fact that he's going to do things right? And there's going to be links, and there's going to be, everything's going to be, because he's experienced in releasing music, right? So he's going to do everything correctly and by the steps. And then some people will be like, oh, he's trying to stifle my career. No, man, you stifled your own career by not doing things correctly. How do you put out a song? You have no website. How do you put out a song? You have no contact information. How do you put out a song and nobody knows how to get it? Right. And again, it's not a specific dig at Nelson Rego, right? Because I support him. I've been playing his song That You Will for a month exclusively here on my show. But now I have people asking me, where do I get it? And I can't tell them where to get it. I can't tell them, go inbox Nelson. You know what I mean? And so, and I gave him ideas on what he could do to spice up sales and how I can help him promote here. My cousin from Touch of Quality, he did a great job promoting himself. Yes. Whether you feel the song was good or not, he gave me the song. I put a video up, and he specifically told me that my video got him 50 sales. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
500.
That's kind of the point. Every little bit matters, and I think that gets lost along the way because maybe you think you just got to go straight to the top, or so and so is all. But no, I mean, you trickle that down, and it will make a huge difference.
Yeah, and his video is one of the most followed videos on my channel, so it worked both ways. I got subscribers out of it, and he got 50 sales. So it worked hand in hand, and that's the way partnerships are supposed to work. Right. And he has a website, antoniomercado.com. You could actually go there.
Very nice website.
His CDs are there. His T-shirts are there, which I haven't got one for free because we're family. I got a George Anthony hat for free, but do I get a Touch of Quality shirt for free? No. I got to pay full price, probably double because I'm family, right?
Yeah. But no, I think you just said something key, right? And I'll just go back to something that I said is about, whether the artist or their friend who's going to hit you up, hey, my friend's song, and if it's decent, it gets played, and you're asking me, hey, when's it going to be on? And I'm sending you links. To your point, share the link. I mean, if you can't promote as an artist, just share the link, right? Hey, my new song is on, CPR's Clubhouse is it's going to be on Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you check it out.
Right.
It doesn't take much. You build your following and you go from there. But
there's another issue, which is a division of church and state, right? So you're part of a team, and that team doesn't like me or my show, so they won't come on here to promote their song, but they do expect you to play it. And then when it hits number one, they're thanking you. I'm like, don't thank me. Like, I don't need you to thank me. You didn't even bother to come and promote on my show. Why would you thank me? And you did it purposely. It's like I didn't notice, and it's not that I'm upset. You chose not to get 50 additional sales. You chose not to get maybe 100 additional sales. That's on you. You chose to listen to people that don't know what they're doing, right? Because they're making all these promises. And so that's the freestyle. Everybody goes for the promises and doesn't go for factual things that actually work.
And I hope everybody heard what you just said in regard to Antonio and those additional sales, because for most of the freestyle artists, that's 20 to 25% of their sales. So if they don't want to come on and promote for 50 sales, They're losing 25% of what they can do because ain't nobody selling more than 100. Very rare, but most artists.
Right.
My cousin's not going to lie to me about what he sold. He was very happy. And again, you can go back in this channel and you can see the differences between the people that watched the Peter Fontaine interview and the people that clicked on the song, right? And it was very simple. I just put, this is CPR Jose Ortiz, Mr. Exclusive. I played the song. I had him do a video for me. He did it immediately. Right. I've asked other people. It's very simple. I'll do some work for you. All you got to do is provide the material. Do a video promoting your song, and then send them to the website, and I'll take care of the remaining part of it. So for 5 minutes and for about 30 minutes work that I had to do on my part, which I didn't have to do, and I did it for free, right? And I'm not talking about getting compensated. I'm talking about the time that I put into the show. You know, he got 50 sales, and I'm happy about that. I never asked him for a dime. I just, it's all about the promotion. You know what I mean?
Right.
But and it's a song that didn't make my countdown either. You know what I mean? It's not a song that is not currently in my rotation, but it's currently was on YouTube, and it sold 50 copies from my end.
Yeah. And to your point, if I may, so in my personal experience, what's happened is because Freestyle Flashback's an extension of Clubhouse dance music, and so when I do play the new school with the new school, the newest stuff, I'm playing their music, and they're getting this rotation, not just with you, and now they're getting it an extra 3 hours a week in each one of my shows. And so when I reach out to some of them, and some of them are gracious enough, they come to me and they say, can I give you a drop? I've had that happen several times. And then there's several people who I'll reach out to and say, listen, I've been spinning your song every week. Do you want to send a drop? Let the audience hear you, and that brings attention to them. And it helps me because, then people hear that and they're like, oh, Tina B was just on Freestyle Flashbacks. All right, we're going both ways with this, right? But there's several people that I've reached out to even recently who just flat out didn't want nothing to do with it. And it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to stop playing their song if it's a really good song, but but it's kind of crappy because you're like, man, I'm spinning you. A lot of people listening to this, and it's on FM radio, so it's a little bit, right? You're reaching a different kinds of audience because you're off of just that social media, that little world of freestyle on social, and there's people that don't have nothing to do with social that listen to FM radio, and you're spinning. Gennaro, don't talk to me. No, I got his job. He was awesome. But my point is there were some people that and listen, that's okay. But it goes to your point of one hand washes the other, because if I do get your drop, you're helping me, but I'm also helping you. I'm playing your song and familiarizing New England with the new music, and as yourself. But my point is in my rotation, they're getting a little more too. And to not give a drop is a little like.
Yeah, and it's something so simple, right? Like I asked TK's K7 for a drop. I had 4 drops in 2 minutes. It wasn't even a question. You know why? It wasn't a question because he knows about promotion. He knows about how to promote himself and how easy it is to give somebody a drop, and then you get your song played, and then it's reported, and then you get your royalties, right? It's not this fake thing where he's paying me to spin him to make pretend that I'm looking on Billboard, right? It's none of that stuff. And to compare our footprint, right? So we've been on the radio every week, 30 plus years on 90.7 FM. It's 4,000 watts. So when I say 45 minutes any direction, right? It's Hartford, Connecticut. It's New Britain. It's Springfield, Massachusetts. It's Holyoke, Massachusetts. It's Amherst, Massachusetts. It goes all the way to Southbridge, Massachusetts. If you hit the highway, if you're doing 45 minutes, you're getting up there by, the Middletown area. You're getting up there by, and the Duchess has called me. I can hear myself. So
I've been in Rocky. A lot of people.
And there's I'm sorry to overtalk you.
No.
And there's a list that we had to fill out to send so it could report to BMI, ASCAP, and everything like that. So we have other people that are claiming to be FM radio, which is fake FM radio. Some of them are 77 watts, and another is 100. And then if you Google their location, it's a house. You know what I mean? It's not a real station. It's just crazy how people will fall for the lie and do more for the lie than do for the free, right? So maybe we should start charging, right? Like, send us $300 to the fund, and we'll play your song, because I don't know how to wake these people up, because it's like me saying the sky is falling, and then they're just like, okay, the sky's falling, we know, we don't care,
Yeah, and I don't kind of get it, because for me, even when after I air, if you don't hear me live, you don't hear the show. So I've been putting them up on Mixcloud. Now, I don't care if I'm annoying you. I don't care if I'm getting on your nerves. I'm going to send this link to you, and you could delete it all you want, or you could pass it along. But I'm sharing it with as many people as I can to get promotion for my own show. So I can't imagine why any new artist doesn't want to just drop, song, link, and like why they don't do all that. It makes a huge difference.
But one thing, okay, go ahead.
But they'll go to the iRadio station and thank them, and then you look at the numbers, and they had 16 on live, 4 on the iRadio station app itself, right? And then it's like that's 20 people, and they're thanking the Academy, right? But I have at least 100,000 people listening, right? At least, and then soon we're going to be on TikTok doing the show live once the station comes back on track and the remodeling is done.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And so, yeah, it's gonna be great. And so I just laugh at the fact that people are still falling for these old tripes. It's like watching Friday the 13th Part 14. You know what I mean? Like, okay, don't go into the woods. Yeah, get in the car and drive away. Oh, you're not gonna get in the car. Oh, you're gonna go right behind the chainsaws. Good job.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just something Cheryl said was, and I'm not sure why even today some of the newer artists don't get it. We'll talk about FM radio and when your song's played on it. Sometimes you're playing a track and you're playing another track, and people on FM radio are going, "Oh, who's that artist? What's that song?" Right? You don't know, because sometimes the radio ain't saying it, and if I'm doing a mix, I'm sure not telling you. But you know what? If you have a good enough drop and you're out there promoting it, oh, you know what? Hey, this is so and so. This is my new song. On CPR's Clubhouse Live. On 90.7. Boom, done. You get your artist, you get your song out there, your title, your artist, and you hear the song. But I just don't know. I don't think any of them want the promotion the real way these days. It's to your point, Jose. I'm going to the Facebook Live that's got the 4 people on there, and here I am. Oh, hi. Oh, great song. Okay, great. Yeah. I'm popping off.
That instant gratification is what they're looking for. So fine, if you're an artist for instant gratification, good luck. You got what you wanted. But if you're an artist that's trying to make some of the money back that you invested, then you gotta have a plan.
But I remember back in the day, right, when an artist used to put out an album, and we know they don't have the record labels of today, but they could at least follow the same formula. Here's your letter with the album. Hey, please enjoy the album. The first song off of the album that we are going to be promoting is this. The formula is lost. It's there. Just nobody wants to follow it anymore.
Not at all. And again, we're going to get off the topic right now, but I just wish that people understood that a press kit is necessary, a website is necessary. My old partner used to talk about that all the time. He would do more work than the artist. My old partner, if you go to his website, theunknownadmin.com, he has the list of all the artists, the bios. He has a link. I mean, he's doing more work for the artists. Right. The artists are doing it for themselves. And I'm sure that he's staying like up to 3 a.m. trying to help people out. And they won't even share his podcast. So how does this work? They won't even share his podcast. You know what I mean? And it's like, so what I've learned is I expect nothing, and I just do things the way that I've always done it.
Right.
And my path has always worked, and it will continue to work. If you don't want to take my advice, don't take it. Sit on those albums for 10 years. It's fine with me. I have some albums I'm sitting on too. So whatever. It's okay. Those are represses though. Okay.
You're pointing to a digitized screen right now. People have no idea.
Yeah, I know. Hello? Yeah, you're looking for your royalties? Uh-huh. Okay. I pay for the studio time. You're gonna pay me back? All right. Goodbye. All right. So anyways, but one thing that I wanted to touch on before we end the show is the thinking about from 2019 to 2022. My biggest question is, why start a war right online if you're going to make up with the person and be cool, calm, and collected now in 2022? Now, I'm not for people being at war. I'm not for them to be talking about themselves or each other or personal things online. But we've crossed that line so far. The line's back there. The line's been crossed, right? But now what I see is those same people that were costing me money, that were trying to impede on the shows that I was putting together, especially here in New England, that I booked them, right? They were feuding with someone that they're now friends with, and they're doing music together. And I'm like, but wait a minute, wasn't like this person, you know what I mean? And to me, it's crazy. Like, I think the lack of communication in our music is terrible. Communication is very important. And I hope that just because people think I'm getting smart or I'm saying things that are out of pocket, they're going to get mad at me and not really listen to the message. But I'm like, if you have an issue with someone, try to have a conversation with them, because here we are, the damage is done, and there's not many places that want to have freestyle shows. There's not many places that want to play freestyle music that's new. And if you go to any club, you can ask the DJ Cliff Potts, do they want to hear new music?
Not freestyle. I will say this. Let me not say no to no new freestyle. There's probably 3 songs that they want to hear from a new freestyle end. But when you go to, I played it in a club a couple weeks ago. They want to hear the classics, right? Everybody who's coming out is, over 40. You throw a new one in there, they know it. Okay, great. But if you try to get by and say, I'm going to play 25 new freestyle songs tonight,
you're going to lose them.
And the reason for that, in my opinion, is because, yes, the old school, they have problems with each other. I'm sure there's a few of the old schoolers, first generation, that don't like each other. But you're not going to see that, for the most part, on social media.
Right.
There have been attacks on many different artists on social media. You don't see them retaliating as the new freestyle artists do, because the new freestyle artists, they get 10 people, cheering them on, and then they're out there on social media talking about the guy's social security number. You know what I mean? Like, the number is 071. Remember that time your mom cheated on bingo? I got the cam footage right here. I mean, that's how terrible we've gotten.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that freestyle has become the bochinche music. It should be called bochinche style. So that's the one thing that I want to say is, why start these wars if in the long run you're going to try to make good with these people and try to be friends? There are people that have stabbed me in the back, that have tried to come back in my life, and I'm like, dude, like, what are you doing?
Right.
Like, this is over. There's no way that I could ever trust anyone that has betrayed me. And then they'll be like, no, you betrayed me. How did I betray you? I played your music. I promoted you. I gave you advice, and you did totally the opposite of what I said. You were on top of the bridge, and you were like, how do I burn this?
Yeah, no. Trust is probably bigger than anything in my book. The second you lose that bond, because when you trust somebody, it's really a bond that you're creating. You're expecting something from them, and hopefully they're expecting something in return, and hence why you have built a trust. But once you break them, and man, it's really hard to come back from that. It really is, especially with some of the things that I see, without saying anything specific, they're just very personal, and they attack you so personally. And it's kind of sad to see sometimes, because it's really gone on a whole other level. Like, and they don't care who reads it. They don't care what's being put out there. And a word that I friggin' hate is assumption, because half the problem with this community, I say respectfully, is that they assume everything. The second they hear something, it's written in gold. The second they, just because they see one thing, it had to be that way. And like, it goes back to what you were saying, like, ask questions. If you want to know something, ask somebody. But they don't. Nobody really does. And even when it comes to myself, they just assume what they want, and it is.
They assume that you don't play your own music. There's a lot of people right now that get attacked for stupidity, or that have carried the same rumor for years. Here's a rumor that you've heard before: Stevie B doesn't pay child support. How many times has everybody heard that one, right?
Yeah.
Child support, Stevie B situation, right?
Yeah.
The guy took care of that. Guy took care of that.
Yeah.
I know he took care of it. You know what I mean? But it's better to carry that. You know what I mean? We've had discussions about this before, but the guy paid that off, but they're still talking about it. Like K7 came in here from TKA, and he said something personal that happened to him because he was trying to rescue his mother, and an issue happened. They try to hold that against him and blackmail him, and we're supposed to trust somebody with that again. And it's not that I'm trying to bring anything back up, to start anything, but I'm just saying, like, these are things you can't come back from. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of doing things like this, because I was part of that. Not as bad as what it got, because there's a line sometimes that you cross, and I'm like, you know what? I can't cross that line.
Right.
Good. You won the round. Okay. You could do something worse than I could, because sometimes, like for me, I like to edify people, teach people. I like to, discuss situations with them. But once the discussions can't happen, you got to go. Like, I try to have a dialogue with someone, and then it just turns into, but you did this 20 years ago. And I'm like, man, I was 22. I mean, like,
yeah.
Be able to say, I was 22. That's so long ago. Or you did all this long ago. Yeah, I did do that, and I apologize. You accepted my apology, but then you went back on it because I said something on social media you didn't like. So,
forgiveness is important too, right? But I think even if you can move past whatever issue happened and you can forgive the person, it's still never going to be quite the same, because for me, it's that trust, that just confidence that you're not going to screw me over. And you kind of lose that along the way, even if you try to rebound and give it a shot in terms of communicating and being friends or what have you. It's just never quite the same. So it's really important for me to just, do right by you. And if I do something that you don't like, let me know. And if you're doing something that I don't like, I'm going to tell you.
So again, don't bring that war to social media. Try to take care of it behind the scenes. And like, I have ways to take care of things behind the scenes. And George Anthony is always my referee, but it's been a situation where there's been some issues. We discussed it behind the scenes, and that's it. It's dropped, and that's a good thing. What I don't like is the fact that people like to attack others because they didn't get what they wanted out of them. Like Bernardo Sierra is a person that does the covers, right? And I believe me, I've asked him for covers, right? I've asked him for covers. And he did my logo. You can see it right here. The background logo, he did that for us. He did 2 logos for me out of the goodness of his heart. Doesn't ever want to take any money, right? So I asked him for a 3rd logo. He never got to it. What am I supposed to do? Say negative things about him on media? I can't do that because he already did 2 things for me,
right?
On his dime, out of the goodness of his heart, to make my brand better. So, I saw that on social media a little while back. He didn't do a job fast enough for free, so he got pooped on. And then the person saying, "Oh, they're a nobody," but I'm like, but you're making him a somebody by talking about him negatively and saying that he promised you the world. Then this graphic you didn't give it to him. I'm like, but you should think about that beforehand. If he's a nobody, then what are you? You're a bigger nobody than he is, because he's known by people where he's gotten to do covers for the artists that he chooses to do covers for. The Cynthia cover, the greatest cover of all time in my book now. You know what I mean?
Brenda's cover was gorgeous. I love that one. Brenda K. Starr.
And he's done George Anthony. He's done so many different covers. And so, he's an ass kisser because he did those covers, but he didn't do yours. But if he would have done yours, right, he would have been good.
I think, it's all about expectation, right? If the conversation was, hey, I need you to do this cover. I got my single dropping on this day. And somebody says, yes, I'll do it. But you know what? You as the artist, you still have ownership in that. You just can't let it go. You should be following up and know that there's a cutoff line where if he doesn't get it to you, now you're going to pay out of pocket and you're going to get it done by your deadline. But, as I said, I'm not privy. I know which conversation you're talking about because I saw it, but I'm not privy to behind the scenes. But to your point, that's nothing that should have made it to social media. It should have been, hey, are you going to have it done? If not, okay, I got to go elsewhere because I got a deadline. It's business. It happens all the time. This ain't new.
Right.
And it's free. You can't complain for free.
Right.
And so the logo that's behind me, I paid for to be made by Artie Rodriguez, my NWO style logo. The other logo, I offered to pay Bernardo. He said no, but he still did my logo the way that I wanted it. I don't have to ask him for anything for the rest of my life, and I still have to be grateful for what he did for me.
Right.
And if I ask him for 10 more logos and he doesn't do any of them, I still can't complain because it's his choice, right? I'm sure if George Anthony has to do a cover, he'll do it. but that's because there's levels to this, right? If TKA, George Lamont, Cynthia has to do a cover, that's quick.
Sure.
If lower tier Bob has to do a cover, lower tier Bob needs to go pay somebody to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you're lower tier Bob. And if you think you're not lower tier, rate me at my service. You know what I mean?
But I think Bernardo has definitely earned his way into the genre in terms of being accepted to make these covers, and people are seeking him out. I have
Because it's free.
Well, this is true, but look at the quality. Now, some you could say, okay, that's nice, but some of them are just drop gorgeous, and you're getting this quality of work for free. So be grateful. And my little true story about Bernardo is whatever. So 2 years ago, well, I lose years with this COVID, but like 2.5, maybe. Yeah, he hit me up and he said, I would like to do a cover for you. And I thought, and this is before a lot of the major kind of ones that he's done.
Right.
I was so humbled. And I'm like, really? You want to do a thing for my show? That's so cool. Of course. And he's like, send me a picture of yourself. So I did. I sent him a picture. Nothing. But you know what? He came to me. So I wasn't going to be like, where's my picture? Where's my thing? And all between, we're communicating. We're friendly. He's such good people. And then he sees that I post another selfie and he's like, all right, send me another picture. I think I could work with something better. I do. Nothing. Again, I'm not going to get on him. I didn't come to him. He came.
I got an exclusive for you. It's not that. It's nothing. What he does is he takes the pictures and he makes dartboards for me. I have one right here. So every time that I get upset, I just throw it on the dartboard.
And I should have nothing. Because I know how he's incredibly busy. If you see how much work he's pulling through, he is. Anyway.
Appreciation goes to him, and when I think about freestyle releases, I could think of only one person. That's Mickey Cubby, right? So you have Bernardo Sierra with the covers, you have Mickey Cubby. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Mickey Cubby, I wouldn't know what's being released when sometimes because I'm not gonna chase anybody. I'm CPR's Clubhouse, #1 show in all of freestyle, right? I'm not chasing you.
Right.
And I like to purchase the songs and stuff like that. But the bottom line is I go check that list once a month to see if I missed something because he's always on top of stuff.
Yeah.
So big shout out to them. So don't start wars with people that you need help from.
Right.
that are doing it for you for free. You know what I mean?
Right, and don't be ungrateful.
Don't do that. That's not okay. It's not okay in any community.
Right.
And so and I really go back to what I said in the beginning. Don't start wars, and then later on you're gonna get together and be friends again, because I don't care about you. I care about the collateral damage, right? All that collateral damage that you caused for the time that you were feuding with that person, you know, and this is multiple entities. It's not just one. And I'm not pointing out fingers to anyone, because I know that that's how social media is. But I'm just saying, like, think about your actions, especially on social media. Learn how to be an artist. An artist should always be an artist. And they stopped being artists a long time ago because they think it's better to have clout and pity from people than to be an artist. You know what I mean? I'm so glad that the Duchess, who's my student, didn't go on social media and like, Bernardo, you promised me, you know, a graphic and a logo. I can't believe it. And, you know,
I would never.
I have a radio station, 4,000 watts. You know, thank God. You know.
Yeah. I would never, and that's kind of the point, though. And even if it was me who went to him, and he still couldn't get it done, again, it's free. I really can't, you know. And then for me personally, you know how like stupid I get when things happen for the genre. I'm like so excited. I love it. You know, just any kind of boost we can. He was a big boost because he brought a lot of attention with these pictures, and so I don't care if he ever does my thing. Like he gets my thumbs up. That's it.
It's a great dartboard. Oh, got you right in the nose.
Why did you do the sound effect? What did you just throw?
I have a dartboard. I'm going to show it to you in a minute.
Okay.
Cliff Potts, did you ever get the dartboard I sent you with the Duchess on it?
I can't.
And we're back. Look, I'm really happy to see you guys. I'm really glad that you guys are still like in this team voluntarily. The hostage negotiation has not worked for you. You're Clubhouse land, but I'm really glad you guys have sticked around. I mean, we're going on our third year of working together, and we haven't missed one show on Party 1019 together. We haven't missed any shows on our previous California station. And we haven't missed one on Hot 97.7. We don't miss any shows on Clubhouse Dance Music, even on holidays. And I can't wait to go back live. It looks like the renovations for our radio station, our FM radio station, 4,000 watts, 45 minutes in any direction, is going to be done by June. So we'll be able to go in studio and have in studio guests. I love having, you know, George Anthony, Jay Mazur, Willie Valentine, Cynthia Figueroa, Pose, and just people that are in freestyle like we are, just coming to debut their songs and have a good time. I love that. I can't wait to have Cliff Potts come and DJ live.
Absolutely.
And pretty soon we're gonna do like a live, right? Like we're gonna do a show. Like it's gotta happen sooner or later.
Look, here's my thing. Like I'm not trying to do live shows, especially after I shared that video. I'm not sure if you've seen it, where the guy's talking and he's doing his fiercing on people. Because I remember the clubs, and I remember one particular gentleman that would talk to me, and he would get so close, and all I get is like attacked by spitzicles. And the funny thing about it is that spitzicles come in alcohol flavor too, you know. So it's like, oh man. So look, I don't want to be responsible for anyone getting sick. That's the first thing I want to say. And I know that all of a sudden everybody forgot about, you know, what's going on with COVID-19, and now we're focused on something totally different. Yeah. But for me, I don't want to be responsible for someone losing their life or getting sick because they went to one of my shows. So maybe summertime we'll do one. I was laughing because they asked me to do a show for April 1st, and they were bothering me for a whole year. And the day that I got the price for the event, they were like, "Oh, I just quit the club."
The one in
like, wow, it's great timing.
The one up there. Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious. But it doesn't mean that we can't do a show there. It just means that I have a little longer to do it, you know. But look, just want to remind everybody that all this that we do is because we love freestyle music. If you like what we do, subscribe to the CPR's Clubhouse crew on YouTube. Subscribe to us on the podcast. Subscribe to us on TikTok, wherever we are. Subscribe to us because we actually do put links on where you can find the music, right? And again, I know that people don't stay till the end of the video, but I'm not attempting to embarrass or say anything negative about anyone. It's just that we're dropping the ball somewhere where I can't pick up that part for you. You got to do it on your own. I'm more than welcoming when it comes to receiving new music and playing it. I also buy it. And I love promoting new quality freestyle music. But if you can't help me in that process, if you don't have a link, a website, a bio, if you can't tell me what you're promoting. Nice. But next week, when we have George Anthony here and we're debuting the new song, I don't want to have you get upset with me or him or anybody because he's doing things the right way and he's putting out a pre-order and like he's doing everything the way he's supposed to. Don't get upset with people that do things the right way because they've been taught how to do it the right way. Only get upset with yourself because you choose not to do it the right way and you're not prepared to do it the right way. No. All I can tell you. Right. And if you have another method that works for you, hey, use it. But if your management tells you don't go on that show, I don't know what to tell you because you need to be on every show you can.
Yeah.
If you're an artist.
Sure. I agree. Yep. I agree. If you're an artist. And you need to give every drop you can, and you need to give every link you can, and you need to show up when you can. Yeah, absolutely.
So the Duchess Cheryl Rodriguez has been upgraded on her show. She is now able to go from the 80s all the way to 2020 and play whatever new school freestyle song came out through all that era. So it's a good way to recap some of the songs that were on the top 40s of the year. The Sammy Zones, Believe in Love, the TKA Slipping Through My Hands. It's a good way to keep those songs going because those songs are going to be new to some people that are not online, which is like 10% of our audience. So Cheryl, congratulations on your upgrade on your show. It's 50% more new school. Cliff Potts, I owe you a debt of gratitude. For always being on time. You're not always there when I call, but you're always on time. That's a fact. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm doing my show, and then immediately I look at my phone, mixed right there. Boom. It's Friday night, boom, mixed right there. The Duchess, boom, my show is right there. I'm the one that puts everything together, and I do it so quickly, and I have my whole weekend to myself because in 1 hour, I knock out all the shows and I just send them over, but it's 1 hour a week. That's 52 hours just for that. Then I got to record my podcast. Right. I got to edit some stuff. I got to do the live. So, I do dedicate hours of my life to the show. We just need the support. I know that I've seen a lot of people on TikTok, DJ Old School. Like I've seen that he does a great job. Right. I seen Larry V on there with his awards.
Who?
He gave awards to everybody that I gave awards to.
Who did you say?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Who did you just say? The gentleman's name, the person you just said.
I talked about Larry V. He's giving the awards on TikTok. The Larry V awards. Yeah. I don't know where my award went. I'm looking for my award. Like, what the heck, But I don't need an award. I know I'm number one.
You are the executive producer.
Oh yeah, I'm the executive. Yeah. Did you guys notice how I made the executive producer title cool? And when Slipping Through My Hands came out, I was the executive producer, and then after that, everybody wanted to be an executive producer, and that didn't come from me. That came from Cliff. He was like, "Hey, CPR, have you noticed?" And he gave me a list. Like, oh, everybody's an executive producer now. Hey guys, you have any last thoughts before we give out the information for the stations?
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, join. I love you guys. I love the music that's coming out. Keep it up.
So I'm going to have the links on the description on where you can find us, but cprsmusic.com is the easiest place to connect with us. We have links there to the podcast. But again, I'm going to repeat this. On Thursdays, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Fridays, 8 p.m. to 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time. We have the Duchess, Cheryl Rodriguez. We have myself, and we have Cliff Potts as the guest DJ. On Friday mornings, you can catch Cliff Potts and I on Hot 97.7 from San Jose, California. Now, there's a fake Hot 97.7 from what I was told. The fake one, because they're not on a radio station. They're just doing lives, I guess. But it's Hot 97 and then 7 spelled out.
Okay.
That's how you know it's us. And they actually have a website they can go to and connect to them. And they have an app that you can go to and connect to. And if you log on at 9 a.m. Pacific time and 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and you don't hear CPR's Clubhouse crew, then you got the wrong station. Also, on Sundays, we have Party 1019, CPR's Clubhouse crew, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And we're honored to be part of their station on iHeart. And you can hear the Duchess with some classics and some new school classics. Also, 30 minutes of DJ Cliff Potts. I love the mixes. Some of the mixes lately have been
man.
You can catch me in CPR's Freestyle Countdown, the only countdown that matters. Big shout outs going to Stevie B. I posted the
saw that one.
He did for me about a year ago, and
The
I
Rock.
got like 50 TikTok followers. Shout outs going to him. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this check-in of the CPR's Clubhouse crew. If anybody was offended, please forward all your mail to the Duchess.
I knew you were going to say that.
At gmail.com. I'm just kidding. I don't even know your email. What's your email? You're an artist.
Well, it ain't the Duchess.com, that's for sure, because that's a little too obvious.
Yeah. Potts, thank you so much. Duchess, thank you so much. Guys, we'll talk to you soon. And remember, it's not who you love, it's how. This has been the CPR's Clubhouse crew live.
Yes. Bye, guys.